Hi, I'm Angela Newman, or you can call me Ange. And today I'm going to share with you a quick overview on hosting your own Thanksgiving pie giveaway. I have been in real estate almost 20 years now. And the last 16 of those 20 years, I have focused a lot on real estate marketing and lead generation. And so this is actually my ninth year to manage a Thanksgiving pie giveaway. Now, for a big Pi Day event, you will want to start everything ideally no later than October 1st. So we are now at the time like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So we've missed that deadline. And in the future, I will work on creating a overview for a big event. But for this today, just because we have less than 2 weeks really, I wanted to get this out there for everybody so that if you did want to go ahead and put something together, you do still have time. So don't worry if this is your first time or you're just now starting to plan, it's okay. Even if you've never held a Pi Day event or given out pies before, you can do it. It's a really fun and beautiful way to show people how grateful you are for their friendship and their support. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the planning stage and why give out pies? So the holidays are really a great time to give and reach out to your people, the people that know you, like you, trust you. And most people are in a really festive and friendly mood. And so they're very receptive around the holidays. Some people may even be lonely or struggling. And so when you reach out to them and give them something like a pie, then you could be helping them in ways that you may never know. So I always like to ask myself, how can I brighten someone's day? And that's a good way to look at it. So who will you give your pies to? Well, if you already have a database of your center of influence and past clients, and you already talk to them on a regular basis, well, you are already way ahead, and that's awesome. But if not, well, now is a really great time to create that database and get started with that. So if there are people that you haven't talked to in a long time, this is the perfect opportunity to reach out to them. Your friends, who do you know that's made a positive impact in your life? And who's a friend that supports you? Who's a raving fan and maybe sent you referrals or asked you to help them with their personal purchase or sale? Who would you like to get to know better and build a relationship with? Are there any contractors that you work with that you want to thank them and give them a pie? How about your neighbors and small business owners that you do business with? So make a list, and even though you may not be able to offer a pie to everyone, go ahead and create that list and then we'll narrow it down. So what is your budget? So the budget is an important part, of course, to look at. And to know what your budget is, you will probably need to know how much your pies are going to cost. We get our pies from Costco currently, and they're just amazing. But they range anywhere from $5.99, $6.99, all the way up to $14.99, maybe even higher, depending on if you wanted to get something even a little bit more extravagant. So knowing how much those cost, call around, get your quotes and everything. I think that having a really nice presentation is important as well. So if you can see what those pies are going to look like beforehand, then that is really awesome. With your budget, once you know how much money you have that you want to put towards this, then you will know how many pies you can give away. A couple of ways that you can share the cost with other people, like vendors. So are there any vendors that you work with? A title company representative, a lender, a pest control, an insurance company, somebody that you can partner up with. You can partner up with multiple other contractors. And the way to do that is they can sponsor the event. You can add them to the marketing, to the invites. You can add them to the actual sticker on the pie that you can put on the actual pie box or pie container. And so that way, that's not all those expenses aren't just coming out of your pocket. So you could also see, do you have a colleague that you want to partner up with? And maybe you have a budget for 10 to 15 pies to give away, and they have a budget for 10 to 15 pies away. And you could get together and create a joint giveaway. So once you have determined your budget, then you'll also determine your flavors. And when you talk to the pie company, you'll need to know your timelines. So since we are so close to Thanksgiving right now, there's a chance that you might not have very much time if you're going to do a bigger event. So you'll definitely need to know that. You'll need to make a decision on, are you going to have a party, a smaller like party, or are you going to have a big event, or are you going to deliver the pies? And or you can do a combination of that. So if you're going to deliver the pies, then you'll probably take a couple of days and just schedule that out. You know, you could start the Tuesday before Thanksgiving and do the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. If you are going to have a party, you can have that in your office. And is there a conference room that you can talk to your broker and see if you can use and set up the party in there? Or do you have another option, maybe a church? Or but if you're having a party, you'll need to definitely let them know the time that they can pick up the pies and come. And usually you'll serve refreshments, and you know, people will have a chance to hang out and talk to you. I don't know, maybe you could even rent a room at a restaurant or something and have some hors d'oeuvres and things, and then give the pies away then. So there's a lot of different options for that. And once you've made that decision on if you're going to have a party, an event, or deliver the pies, then you'll be able to think about, okay, how big is this going to be? Will I need to rent some extra tables and chairs? Will you need some decorations and also transportation? Another thing that you can do is incorporate contests, giveaways, and charities. So with a giveaway, usually it's a raffle form, and it'll include if they have any referrals that they want to put on there. It'll include maybe if they're thinking about buying or selling, and you could do some kind of a prize that they can enter to win. And then with the charities, this is a great time of year where people want to help bring canned food. You could do a coat drive. You can do a toy drive. So this is a great opportunity if you want to incorporate one of your local charities. You can do that. So next we are going to go into the implementation stage. So once you've kind of got those details on how you want everything set up, then you next will need to create a way that they can sign up. So if it's an event or a party or something where they need to RSVP, then you can set up a sign up form or even just use a simple spreadsheet. If you're going to deliver, so you'll need to make that decision. Are you going to, how much in advance are you going to call them and let them know? And just so that you make sure that you're making good use of your time and not showing up and they won't be there. So next you will want to do the invite, and I recommend calling. So that's definitely the best first way to invite somebody to the event. You can then, if they don't answer, leave a voicemail, send them a text, and send them a email. And if you're going to host a large event, we usually recommend that you provide them the form that they can sign up at. And only if they are elderly or not able to sign up themselves do you sign up for them. Otherwise, let them sign up. And that way, you know that they really are planning to come to the event. And so you can also create an invitation that you can mail, but be sure to put those deadlines of when they need to get back to you by, when they need to fill out that form by. And that way you will have time to place your order, and the baker will have time to get everything baked. So also you're going to want to plan your delivery route. If they do sign up, you definitely want to send them a confirmation text and with all the details so they can add that to their calendar if you're hosting a party. And I mentioned before about the stickers. So I recommend that you put a sticker on that pie. If they end up taking the pie to a family get together, it's going to have your information on it. And that way, those pies that we give away are just really gorgeous, huge, big pies. And so everybody's proud to take those to their family get togethers. Okay, so once you have called the bakery and you finalize the order, you might still get a few people that decide they still want to get signed up. And we always have a couple of people after the deadline, and that happens. So just be prepared for that. Okay, so the day of the event, document this, take pictures. This is a great event that you can post on social media, that you can send out in an email newsletter. Make it a family event. So you can see there that my son, he has been a part of Pi Day since he was really little, since the beginning that we started doing Pi Day. And it was always something that he looked forward to. And usually he was out of school. So have fun with it. And a lot of times you will have people, especially if you have the party or the event, that don't show up. And so those leftover pies, go ahead and plan what you're going to do with them. Are you going to give them away? So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail now about buying the pies. A lot of the pies have to be refrigerated. And so it's really important with your timing. If you pick the pies up early in the morning, then you want to make sure that they get to your clients before they get too warm, or have a way to keep them refrigerated until you can give those to your clients. So again, talk to your baker and make sure, do these need to be refrigerated? A lot of places, they don't use preservatives, and so they do. Where to get your pies? Well, the last few years, we've gotten our pies from Costco. They're big, they look beautiful, they taste delicious. And we have also bought some from Sam's, Reese's, Walmart, Sprouts. And while any of those places, provide a good pie, Costco so far has been very dependable, and they're so fresh and huge. So another thing to keep in mind is that with every event, there's always something that might possibly, a little thing that might go wrong, that you just got to be flexible. So if you see that picture there with me and my mask on, we had a glitch with one of our forms one year, and we started realizing when people were coming to pick up their pies and they weren't on our list, that we had a problem. And so my colleague and I, we started driving around town and going from store to store at the very last minute during the pie event, and going and buying more pies. It all ended up working out, thankfully. But just be prepared that you may have to improvise and make things work. Okay, so having a form is really easy to create, and you can do that in Google. And you will start with opening up your Google Drive. So you can find that by opening up your browser and then going to Drive. You're going to hit New and choose New Google Form. Here you will fill out the title, and here you'll put your description. So this is what your clients, your people will see. So reserve your pie. Pie party is Tuesday, November 2nd, 9 to 1. And then you can have different questions. This is where you choose what kind of question you want it to be. So here I'm going to put first name. And you can choose if you want it to be required or not. And so I'm going to choose yes. Oh, you do the arrow, that plus sign, and that's going to give you another question, and we'll do last name. Required, and then we can do email, required, phone number, required. Okay, so now now we can actually put a multiple choice where they can choose their pie flavor. So choose your pie flavor. And option 1 might be pumpkin. And option 2, let's say apple. And option 3, let's say cherry. Make that a requirement. You can also add a question such as, do you know anyone or so you could add something like that. We've put questions such as, and I probably wouldn't make that required, but we've put questions, what are you thankful for? What are you looking forward to in the new next year? Things like that. Okay, so I've got that. Next, you can change your colors. So you can make it a little bit more Thanksgiving-y. That's a word. Okay, so I just went and did a quick search for a photo because I was having trouble finding an image. And so let's go ahead and upload a photo that you can go ahead and find something that you like. I just did this real quick and see it's watermarked, so it's not even, you would need to use something that is free or pay for a stock image, but you can put your image there. And then a couple more things that you can do is now you want to set up your settings for responses. So that's how you can turn the form off. That's how you can turn it back on. And if you want email notifications, you can sign up for email notifications. You can also select a response destination. It'll go ahead and put it into a spreadsheet. So I'm going to choose create a new spreadsheet. Okay, so that spreadsheet is linked with this form. And next we'll go to settings. You could do a quiz. And we're not going to do a quiz now though. We can request information, require people to sign in, which we're not going to do in case they don't have a Google account. Okay, so next we are going to look at that spreadsheet that we created. And here we can name it And so when somebody uses that form to sign up for a pie, then it will automatically import those details into the spreadsheet. So get a link. Okay, so now we can see what it looks like and get the link. And now that we have this link, we can copy that into our email. We can copy it into texting, messaging. We can also put this into a page on our website. So if you have somebody that can add that to a website, or you know how to do that yourself, then you can add that too. So I hope this gave you some really great ideas on how you can incorporate your own pie giveaway this Thanksgiving, or put it in your back pocket and plan to do it for next year. If you would like, I have put together a little checklist that I can send it to you. Just email me at angela.newman@exprealty.com. Message me, text me, and I'll send you the checklist. And if you have any questions, whether it be about this pie event or anything real estate related, just let me know. I'm happy to help. And we can do a quick Zoom, we can do a call, whatever works for you. So let me know, and hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And if you do a pie event, go ahead and let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear about it. Some of you have actually done pie days with me before. So let me know if you're still doing them, and love to hear from you. Thank you.